the other things we're doing as a part of the Big Data at CSAIL initiative is to try and organize some challenge problems, either in association with our member companies or in connection with the MIT community, trying to find problems that we think are relevant to both our members and the community. The first challenge that we launched this past fall and is just finishing up now is a transportation challenge. The idea was we went and collected a wide variety of data, again coming back to the big data variety problem, about transportation in the city of Boston. So this included the locations of taxi pickups and drop-offs over a year, the MBTA bus and subway ridership information for the city of Boston, all of the tweets that anybody had written in the city of Boston, a list of all the major events that had happened in the city of Boston over this time period. We asked participants in the challenge to try and use this data to either predict what taxi ridership would be at some time when they didn't have that data. So we basically cut out little time slices of the data and asked people to predict what the true values were. Again, the obvious ways to do this would be, well, you look at historical values. So there's some historical baseline variation in taxi ridership, like at the airport, it turns out that at the Logan Airport, the peak ridership time is 6 p.m. on Sundays. There's a bunch of flights that get in on Sunday afternoon, and a lot of people take taxis out of Logan Airport. So you can use that historical information, but just using historical information is not going to allow you to win a competition like this, because there's a lot of variation caused by events and weather and other things like that. And so the idea was to get the competitors to think about how you integrate all this information together, how you deal with this variety of information to make these kinds of predictions. And of course, one of the things that a lot of people want to do when they have big data problems is make predictions from their data. They want to understand how many users are going to show up on my website on this day, or how many people should I expect to click on this particular ad that I show, or how many widgets am I going to be able to sell in the next month. And so doing these predictive kinds of challenges turns out to be really interesting. The real goal of these challenges is, I sort of view it as twofold. There are some fundamental hard problems in combining this data together that I think actually are interesting challenges that can drive research forward. And then the other one is to do things that are sort of relevant to our member companies that help them to maybe learn about some technologies that they might bring to bear on their problems, or if our member companies happen to have data sets like this data set, but more specific to their application area, then that's something that we might do as a future challenge. So we will be doing more of these challenges in the future.